On Thursday, the Falmouth Commodores traveled over the bridge to Wareham to take on the Gatemen in the first round of the 2012 playoffs, with their ace and lone all-star pitching selection, Trey Masick, on the mound. But things seemed off right from the get-go for Falmouth. After walking Ryan Sullivan, Tyler Horan came up with 2 outs and hit a routine single to right field, but Michael O'Neill held onto the ball too long, allowing Sully to score all the way from first. Masick ended up walking and hitting the next 2 batters to load the bases, but luckily he got out of the jam. The Gatemen had a huge inning in the third. Kyle Schwarber singled, Horan walked, and Mott Hyde was hit by a pitch for his second time in a row, loading the bases for catcher Tyler Ross. All runners advanced on a wild pitch before Ross split the gap in the left center for a double, easily scoring Horan and Hyde. Dustin DeMuth then singled up the middle, bringing in Ross for the 5-0 lead. Masick's troubles continued in the fourth, when on a bunt attempt, he caught the ball and tried for a double play, but he threw wildly, allowing the base runner to advance to third. That base runner ended up being caught in a run down later, but they ultimately scored their 6th run later in the inning. A wild pitch to score a run in the 5th capped off the night for Masick, who had his toughest outing of the year at the worst possible time. As for the Commodore lineup, they surprisingly out-hit Wareham 9-8, but never came through in the clutch, leaving 10 runners on base. Cody Blanchard of Jacksonville State led the way, reaching base 4 times with 3 singles. Drew Dosh had a pair of hits, and O'Neill of Michigan had 2 as well, including this solo home run, which was the only score of the game for Falmouth. Austin Anderson hit the ball hard all 5 times at the plate for the Commodores, but nothing fell for him as his fly ball to center field ended the game, forcing an elimination game in Falmouth scheduled for the next day. From the start today, kind of out of it. I mean, Trey probably had one of his toughest outings this year. And
yeah, I think it probably was one of his toughest outings, but it wasn't because of effort, and it wasn't because of competitiveness. And he's going to give you everything he has on every single time he's out there, and he did that tonight. He just didn't have the command that he typically has, and got himself into some hitters counts at times, and threw a couple of pitches that hurt us with balls in the dirt and that type of thing. But once again, hey, we wouldn't be here where we are without him. So, I love the kid's heart. I love his competitiveness, and I'll take 100 Trey Masicks.
Now the lineup definitely showed up today. I mean, we out-hit Wareham, but we left a lot of runners on base.
We did. I mean, I think Graveman did a nice job for them getting a key ground ball when he needed to, and I think the ground ball outs. A couple of double plays, and we couldn't execute on a couple of sacrifice bunts early in the game. All those things added up. We couldn't seem to get the key hit to put some pressure on them and narrow the score, narrow the difference. And so, hey, tomorrow's another day. We got to flush this thing and come back and try to just win tomorrow and not worry about winning 2 baseball games. Just go out and, literally win the next pitch and move forward.
Now, I mean, tomorrow is possibly an elimination game. What's the mindset going into tomorrow's game?
I think you got to go out and do the same things we've been doing all year long. I think you got to win the next pitch. I think you got to play for each other and, have some fun doing it. If you get out of, over your skis a little bit too much and try to do too much and do things that you haven't customarily been doing during the course of the season, then I think you're in trouble. And, I have great faith in these kids. They're going to compete, they're going to play hard, and they're going to play for each other. So, if we can go out and execute and keep ourselves emotionally in order, then I think good things will happen.
And we have had the lineup isn't the same as beginning of the year. We've lost a few guys recently, Turgeon, Johnny, Jared. How do you adjust to losses like that?
Well, you got to find a way. You just have to find a way. You have to find a way as a coach. You have to find a way as a coaching staff, and certainly have to find a way as a teammate. And it's not that those guys aren't missed, because they're very, very valuable, and they were significant, to the success that we had through the course of the summer. But, good athletes adjust, coaching staffs adjust, and we just got to find a way to get it done.
All right, well, we will get it done tomorrow.
Thanks, Taylor.
Thank you.